As it got close to the dinner banquet, it was going to be a great celebration of all that William had achieved. Of course, after the banquet, then William would have to keep that which he had promised to go through the blood mixing ritual. But for now, Daenerys Targaryen had planned this to celebrate his much achievements of all that he has learned, which in turn made him blend even more into their world as if he has always been born here. She was well pleased with the achievements that he had made and was very proud of him. Through this device that she happened to come across some other things of his heraldry, which she found very pleasing when she had listened to it, because it was music of his world, which followed under the heraldry for his MacEachern clan of his world, Earth, from Glen Eden, Scotland. She decided this would be appropriate music to have played during the announcements of the achievements of which he has made. So, upon entering the banquet room, William was taken by surprise for the music for which he was about to hear. William was totally flushed and surprised, and Khaleesi could see that he was kind of not sure whether he should move or not. Wow. Um, Thank you. How did you find this music? Khaleesi then looks at him with a big smile. Well, I am starting to learn how this thing operates that is of your world, and I just happen to find this music, which is of your heraldry, from your world of Earth, which I believe you had said was Glen Eden, Scotland. So I thought it only appropriate that since this is in your honor for all the achievements you have done, that it would be most appropriate to honor you. Did you use this not pleasing? Yes, I'm just so speechless. Wow, I mean, just as you have always said to me, um, Daenerys, you continue to amaze me as well. She kind of finds this pleasing, and then kind of asks, "Are you okay?" Yes. Sorry. This would almost be like tears of joy. I never expected anything like this. This is very wonderful. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name properly. I will continue to try. That is okay. You can call me Khaleesi for right now. All right, Khaleesi. I am so I guess I'm speechless, but I thank you for this. Ariana then from the lady warrior Stark then hollers, "Were you gonna stand there in the doorway or what? Because we probably all want to start eating." Everybody starts laughing. Uh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. So William makes his way to the head table, and of course William is also likes has a kind of pretty much accepted and likes the way how she's so outspoken. One of the things that William kind of finds interesting about her. And so then they sit down and start eating as the Lord Instructor then begins to make his announcement for the achievements. I have something to announce at this time, with your permission, my queen. Yes, please step forward. I wish to present a special scroll of William's achievements. Then he turns to face the crowd. William had much difficulties, because we all know, though his human frailties has somewhat passed because of what I've heard about the veil of lifting. He will still be human and have some frailties, but not like before. And being human, though he does not possess that which we have of certain understandings of how things work in this world, has, through much difficulty and struggle, worked very hard in trying to understand our politics, our traditions and customs. And as anyone should be assured, that through the agreement to which the Queen has now uh, placed in the palace books, that he has accepted his position that he must obey the laws and is no longer naive of the laws of her kingdom. That means there won't be favoritism. So if anybody thinks this, you are seriously wrong and mistaken, and perhaps any thoughts put into words, of course you would know, would be considered an insult. I'm sure nobody here would make that mistake. However, he is now even more so one of us because the achievements he has made through the great struggles and much effort of trying to learn all that there is to know. There is, of course, still one historical chapter, Series 8, but we are still looking for this. This will catch him up to speed on the history of the world here, and as soon as it is available, we will summon him for that completion. But I do not see any reason that he should be held back. Then he turns and faces towards Khaleesi. With your permission, my queen, I wish to present this scroll, lacking the lesson I had mentioned, which won't hold him back until that is found, that shows he has, as far as I am concerned, put much effort into it. He may not score as high as anyone born of this world, but he has passed all lessons. So thank you, Lord Instructor, and I shall take this and cherish this, and I appreciate all that you have done for him. And she looks at William. I am very proud of you. You have put much effort into this. I could see now that you do not have regrets of not being able to go back to your world, and you have adapted well. And again, we shall have much happiness between you and I know you will serve me well, and I shall do my responsibilities as your wife and as queen of the kingdom, and continue to take care of you and your needs as well. Well, thank you, Khaleesi, and I shall continue to obey any command you give me. And I enjoy being in your servitude, both as your knight of the palace, your husband, and as your, and he thinks to how to speak professionally, to be in your servitude, sitting at the right hand, falling in your stead based on the heraldry for which I have told you the truth on. Well, thank you. and I have accepted this as well. You have done very good, and I am, again, proud of you. And so with that, she leans over and gives him a kiss, and everybody applauds. So at that point then, the Lord Instructor takes his seat, and the dinner banquet goes very well. William has been accepted even more so now, and the people at present, and eventually others who are in her kingdom, then start to taking a fond liking of him. He is strange to their world, shorter, and still has on occasion weird, strange customs or actions in the way he speaks to a lady of this world, but they have gotten used to this. For them, it is more like a mere amusement that they have gotten accustomed to and accepted him of this because of how well he pleases the queen as well. So, with that having been done, as the dinner drew to a close, they get ready to continue some more celebration with his heraldry music. As the music was playing, William has Queen Margie go tell Littlefinger to meet him in the meeting room. As she does so, she comes back and informs William that they will meet shortly and someone will meet him there. So they then go off to the meeting room where Daenerys usually holds meetings. Well, I'm sure she won't mind us using this area because, well, it's not like she's holding any meetings at this time. Yes, I'm sure you're right. I wanted you to stand by, not that I expect any treachery from Littlefinger, but as a witness so that one can't say I said or did something disrespectful, when in actuality, I am just merely conversing with him and proclaiming him High Architect. Very well then, I shall stand by and watch and listen. Thank you, Queen Margie. Littlefinger then comes in after somebody showed him the way. Oh, I see, I finally get to meet you. Yes, well, I am the one that you missed before. I do apologize for not having seen you at the time, but I had undergone a very painful near-death experience. Yes, I heard something about that. How are you feeling? Well, much better than I was before. So, could you carry out a seat? That's the way it pours in this morning. Yeah. So, you're this human. Yes. From the dark blue star that shines brightly in the very night sky. They call it Earth. I see. Well, I just wanted to clear some things. I believe Daenerys once said it best. Let us speak plainly. I have just finished all kingdom lessons, and I have studied much about your history. It would seem to me that Sansa's father was once betrayed by you. He trusted you. I obviously cannot trust you because of what I've learned. And then there was the time that many mistakes were made. And you led Sansa to this guy from the Boltons who very much was disrespectful. With all these mistakes and the fact that you also betrayed Sansa's father, I'm not going to be able to trust you, I can see. He looks kind of perturbed about this, and Elia stands up like he's getting ready to leave, and William then holds his hand up. I do believe I have certain privileges and authorities, Grey Worm. Sorry. I intended to get your attention because I wanted to stop you by calling you somebody else. Littlefinger, you haven't been dismissed. That is why I called you by a word name,
make you stop and look towards me. See, she chose me as a suitor. And that means while she has adopted my heraldry to pull on the right hand, falling in her stead, sitting at her right hand, because I cannot have the throne, I am allowed certain privileges. And that means you can't just walk away from me. Now, I am the human husband king. But I know how we can do this. I had presented something before Queen Margie and Queen Daenerys, and they both seemed to be in agreement on this. Something I took out of an example of my world of Earth, a kingdom that's not a kingdom. And it is where you can have a second throne room in King's Landing, but it won't be the supreme throne room. The King's Landing will have a king and queen, but it will be the Iron Throne that runs all of the known 7 kingdoms. Did that have changed, or wasn't that always the custom? No, you are right. The Iron Throne is for the realm of the kingdoms. Well, good then. But in order for this to take place, because I have learned much now that I've completed all lessons, and I'm sure I'll still need help along the way and learning much about kingdom politics, changes are not made without warfare. Now, if you look into the palace records, you will see that I made a decree, which I am allowed to do as long as it's presented and approved by Queen Daenerys. No longer will father marry daughter, mother marry son. No longer will an uncle marry niece or an aunt marry a nephew. But not to make too many changes, because that would probably be considered, well, overstepping my bounds. A cousin, first cousin, or distant cousin may marry, if it is so deemed necessary. Otherwise, it will show that one must at least hold that of a duke in order to be worthy enough to marry someone of royalty. I see. So he sits back down, listens intently. And on top of that, and we need someone like a high architect who knows how to design things. And I know this will take a while to build. Unfortunately, there's no way to avoid a war, and I know that it's my destiny to lead her to this victory, because the visionaries already said so. Since before I came here. I can't get back to my world, but I know what my duties are. So, I am sorry if I insulted you at first, because of the histories I've learned about you. But, if you want, I shall proclaim you High Architect. Oh, I suppose you want me to kneel before you. Well, that is entirely up to you. If you're not too proud to do so, that is. But I promise nobody would ever know about it, just to save face, and you don't have to worry about your reputation being tarnished. He's kind of hesitant and looks around at Margie. She kind of slightly grins, but looks down and doesn't say nothing. And nobody is going to know about this. No. I give you my word. In my world, we believe that discretion is the better part of valor. And anybody who knew me in my world of Earth knows that when I say I'm going to do something, you better believe all your gold and silver, I'm going to do it, even if it takes me a while. And if I say I'm going to hold discretion so nobody has to know you bent your knee to me, that's what I will do. Alright, so he gets down on one knee and Wayne puts it around his neck. Now you may stand. So he does. Now, that didn't kill you, did it? Sorry. Middle finger, you don't need to answer that. So, it's done and over with. I will leave it in your hands to come up with a design, because it will probably take some time. And I would imagine that it should be hopefully finished by the time the unavoidable battles that are yet to come will emerge. Because they know that Daenerys Daenerys was not supposed to return to the throne, and, well, not many people are going to accept this. Yes, that is true. But, as the symbolical male dragon, Dragonsphere is my destiny. To defend her, champion her, has already pledged my allegiance to her, even if it means my very life. And I will deliver what was envisioned by a visionary, and as I have already promised her. No more piddling around and all the stuff that has happened since before I got here. I understand. So that's it. All I have to do is design something, and yes, it's not asking you to go to work. I'm sure you'll find people who are appropriate enough to design such a thing. A palace. But I don't want people thrown out of their homes if you need the space to build it. That wouldn't be where I would say if I was in my world. That isn't human. Make them a fair price, so they can at least buy property elsewhere. Then you can do whatever you need to do with this place where the old houses are at. That sounds about right. Good. Well, then I guess there's nothing more that needs to be said. I'm glad we had a chance to have a meeting of the minds. This is actually my first experience after learning much about kingdom politics. Well, you did pretty good for a newcomer and a human. Well, thank you, Littlefinger. I do try my best. So with that, then, he leaves. Well, that really actually went pretty well. Yes, well, I would imagine that that had been most painful for Littlefinger to bow before a legendary myth, a human, low in stature. But that's okay, I kept my word. I'm not going to say anything once we leave this meeting room. I am going to keep my word. This way I have earned respect. That is very good. You are learning well. Well, I think we should get back to the banquet, Queen Margie. Yes, we wouldn't want your wife, Queen Daenerys, to get her something going on. Well, you said you wouldn't consider that anyway, because I wouldn't want anybody thinking we're fooling around. She kind of laughs about this. No, and I'm sure Daenerys would not be happy with that either. So, arm in arm, they leave the meeting room and go back to the banquet. William then decides to ask Daenerys off for a dance because it's been a while. Would you like to dance? A dance? Well, yes, we did it before when we had our historical wedding. Targaryen marrying a legendary myth and a legend, a human. Yes, I do remember this. Yes, well, I'd love to. And so with that, she gets up and they go to the center of the dance floor. as the music concluded, well, you dance very well, still like a goddess. You keep telling me this, William. I don't know about you, but I will not hold it against you. Well, you just dance so graceful, and I feel like I'm in heaven when I'm in your arms. As I would say in my world. But I do enjoy dancing with you, and I hope that before we have to go do what we have to do regarding this particular, and he's being discreet, ritual, I want to have the last dance with you, if it's all right with you. Yes, I would like that. Your human customs are strange, but I do enjoy them. And so with that, she then gets ready to do the next dance performance. As the music kind of got near the end, William gave her the best compliment ever. Well, you still dance very good, Daenerys. Well, thank you, William. Like that of a goddess. She kind of finds this funny and smiles at him. I'm not going to hold this against you, William, but again, you have these strange human ways of complimenting a lady of my position. Miss Sandy kind of has a smile about this as well. Well, you did dance well, Daenerys. I would not know what this would be like because I've never done anything like this. Daenerys then kind of looks at William, then to Miss Sandy and back at William again. Well, now that you mention it, Miss Sandy, there could be some opportunity for you here to experience something. I would permit this. She sits down with her hands intertwined around her knees, looking up at Miss Sandy, and Miss Sandy just kind of has this like stare, like, what are you thinking type of look. And so Daenerys then looks at William and starts to come up with an interesting plan, since Miss Sandy did mention she had not experienced anything like this. Daenerys then looks at Miss Sandy. Well, you did say that you have never experienced this. Since I would permit this, I think that you should try this out. I don't even know how to dance, Daenerys. Yes, well, you will never know until you try. You don't mind dancing with my husband now, do you, William? No, it's just that. Well, good, then there you go. Here's your opportunity. She kind of looks at her. You're really going to make me do this? Do I have to answer that? No, I will do this, I guess. Great, says William, takes her by the hand. No. But William's just like, oh, yes. And she looks very nervous. Now, look, Miss Sandy, you're just going to have to trust me on this, okay? Now, I'm not acting inappropriate, okay? In my world, this is how we do it. And he demonstrates this by taking Miss Sandy's hand. He could feel her hand somewhat shaky. And just trust me, okay? So he places her left hand on his hip, and she kind of, not sure how to make this out, but she's taking it all in stride. And now we take your right hand and place it on my shoulder like this, see? And then I do the same to you. Oh, okay, William. And you don't have to worry about me stepping on your toes. We'll just take it slow, okay? And this is how we humans in my world of Earth do a dance, okay? And I will lead, and you'll know when to back up and move forward and all that. You'll get the hang of it, I promise you. So Sandy's not sure about this. Looking at Daenerys, Daenerys just got to smile about this because she's enjoying this sort of like a new form of entertainment. And so the music then starts. As the music was finishing, Miss Sandy looking very nervous, kind of not like she was running, but walking at a little bit faster pace, back to the head table and takes her position. Looking down. Well, did you enjoy it? It is different, this human custom dancing. I have not done such a thing. But yes, I guess it was good. So William finally kind of somewhat catching up at a slower pace. Well, that's good. It's not every day I get to dance with the Queen's handmaiden, and you get to feel like you're treated like royalty. He just kind of looks at William, somewhat not stern, but I don't know, like questionable. But then back at Miss Zombie. Well, as long as you enjoy yourself, that's what matters. Yes, I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Hopefully it was okay with you, Daenerys. Yes, I actually enjoyed this. I think I'm going to go check and see if there's anything for like after dinner treats to finish the evening of William's celebration of finishing all his courses. And without another word, as she kind of quickly walks to the palace kitchens, I don't think she's going to let me live this one down. Well, I mean, it's not like you did anything wrong. You were just trying to introduce her to something new, even new to you, when you and I had, um, well, when you permitted me by the adoption of my heraldry to sit at the right hand following in your stead to try new experiences. Yes, I did. Well, um, I guess it'll be something for her to remember. I suppose you're right. And so with that, between William and Daenerys, it becomes quite the humorous thing that they put poor Missandei through.
Before William dances with her, he asks Khaleesi's permission if he may treat somebody else to a dance. And she says, well, who would this be? Well, it's not the handmaiden, of course. Um, the handmaiden, if I may dance with, if she would be interested, and if you didn't mind, I was thinking about treating somebody like the Queen's hand. Sansa looks shocked. Well, no, 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 I will not take no for an answer, Sansa. I know I'm a strange person. Even your younger sister has made that loud and clear. Sansa starts laughing about this. But if you don't think of me as too strange and that I am not being inappropriate to you, I would like the honor of dancing with you, if it's okay. Sansa thinks for a minute, not knowing what to say. Well, if the Queen doesn't mind, yes, you may dance with my husband. All right. So we get into the middle of the dance floor, and then William tells Sansa, now I know you shouldn't be nervous, okay? I probably not like a lot of people that are weird. Well, I try not to be weird. Sansa starts laughing about this. I guess I can only be myself, but I wanted this honor of dancing with you so that you might feel a little more relaxed with me, even if I'm much older than you are, to show that I have learned certain mannerisms, and hopefully this would be pleasing to you, and maybe consider it a symbolical gesture of earning your trust. That sounds about reasonable. So William then gets ready as they play the next part. Everybody looks on as and watches as William dances with the elder sister Stark gracefully. Everybody applauds. Wow, that was graceful. Comes, you really danced good, I guess, with my older sister. I didn't know you knew how to do that. The middle sister starts laughing. Oh yes, Ariana. Okay, so I just thought it would be something I would treat her to. Sansa looks kind of with a smile, kind of surprised. Well, I don't want you to feel nervous about me. Um, I, if it makes you feel better, I look at you with dignity and respect. And Sansa appreciates this with a slight nod. I know I shall never see my sisters again in my world, and I know I can never replace your brother whom you lost, but if you would accept this, I would look at you as a younger sister. Sansa kind of smiles, which people have not seen her do much of. Well, that's, yes, I can accept that. And then I told her, and then that way I can also accept when you decide I'm a strange human still. So Ariana started laughing. So, because that would be something a sister would say about a brother. Yes, I guess that would be true. Well, thank you for having me dance with you, King William. You're welcome, Sansa. It was a great honor. And though William wasn't required to, he actually bowed before Sansa, which kind of made her feel a little bit uncomfortable, but she took it with a smile, and so she goes back to where she and Ariana were sitting near the head table. Now William wanted to have the last dance because it was time to get ready for the blood mixing ritual with his lovely queen goddess, as he calls her, Khaleesi.
After the dance, she takes her seat at the head table, and William sits beside her. Then he repositions himself, and she kind of looks at him oddly because he's scooting in close to her. What are you doing, William? It is time, for the ritual. She understands the hint that he's getting to, and then looks him deeply in the eye. Are you sure you want to go through with this, William, knowing the risks that my blood may be poisonous to you? Yes. When I made a commitment to you, I didn't understand much then, but now that I have learned all things of the kingdom and your laws, and the fact that you can't show me favoritism if I was to ever break the law, which I promise I will do my best never to do so, and betray your trust, I know that since you woken the spirit of Dragonsphere of my world, the dark blue star that shines brightly in the Valerian night sky, as the symbolical male dragon, it is my destiny to defend you, champion you, and if necessary, against all enemies, and including the circumstance that you are feeling under the unnatural state of sense of great loss. It is my destiny, if need be, to lay my life down before you. Oh, William, you are either foolish or very brave. Well, you could look at it this way, Daenerys. In a funny way, I'm foolish for you. Smiles broke down, shakes her head. I don't know how to respond to that, William, but I'll accept that. But we'll have to use discretion because, again, this is of the secret society, Fire and Blood. Perhaps I shall make an announcement so that others will be preoccupied and allow them to celebrate a little longer in our absence. And using discretion, we shall excuse ourselves to prepare for this ritual. All right. So she then stands, and everyone gets quiet. William and I have decided to retire for the evening, but that does not mean you should have to go. Please, by all means, continue to enjoy yourselves a bit longer as we retire for the night. When the time comes, Missandei here will usher you out and wish you well for the evening. Everybody looks at each other and seems to be in agreement to this as she stands and waits for any responses. So with that then, everybody applauds as she and William slip out in a dignified manner. And as they go down the halls, they prepare for the blood mixing ritual.